can I interest you in a massive HyperX competition? Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, I am sponsored by HyperX. This means that every now and again, they turn up and they go, hey, Sty, we've got a load of stuff. We want you to give it away. And I'm like, why? Okay, let's do this. Oh, Lord. So what we've got is a Cloud Alpha headset, a beautiful headset, ladies and gentlemen, a wonderful piece of equipment. But not only that, we've also got this. This is the RGB mechanical, wonderful keyboard from HyperX. A beautiful thing, a magnificent thing. But not only that, ladies and gentlemen, would you like the brand new Surge RGB mouse? I bet you would. Well, you can have one of those as well. And to top this all off, would you like a mouse mat that is literally the size of the world? Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. The bigger the mouse mat, the better. This is one of the XL HyperX mouse mats. This is a wonderful competition, so thank you to HyperX for allowing me to do this. And all you need to do is go into the video description. There is a link at the top. Smash the link. It takes you through to a competition page. Do what you've got to do, and it will be awesome. Now, in the past, I've done competitions through YouTube. I'm not going to do that anymore. There has been changes to the way YouTube handles private messages, and also, it's nigh on impossible to get back in touch with people after you do competitions through YouTube. So, we will probably always use Gleam going forward. So, smash the link, ladies and gentlemen, and get stuck in. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the channel. I am Stylosa. Right then, let's talk about Symmetra 3.0. She is a game breaker. Necessarily not in a bad way, because what she's going to do is change the way this game is played, because Teleporter sets up loads of insane plays. So what we're going to do here is take a look at a video from Andy GMB over on Reddit. This is fantastically edited, by the way, but watch this. This is insane. And by the way, this is just one of literally hundreds and hundreds of these kind of clips. So watch what happens here. Anna uses the Teleporter, sleep darts the enemy Reinhardt, and then the friendly Reinhardt earth shatters through. Now, that is ridiculous. Now, obviously, this is going to take a massive amount of coordination to pull off. But wait a second. We've got a thing called the LFG tool, where we can build a group that will probably be able to work together much better than a group that's just formed in solo queue. So that means these kind of crazy tactics are going to be maybe possible, because don't get me wrong, this tactic right here, if you went straight into a competitive game solo queue and said, hey, I'm going to throw the teleporter down, Anna, you use it and sleep dart the Reinhardt, it might work, but it probably won't. But if players are already willing to communicate straight away, and you've had that little bit of, communication in the group setup phase before you even go into the game, that could be huge. But get this, there are loads and loads of things you can do with this Symmetra. She has got synergy with literally every hero. The movement ability the teleporter gives you means you'll see a lot of Reinhardt working together with Symmetra. In fact, one of the very first things we started to see on the PTR when she went live with this new teleporter ability is people would use the teleporter to get Reinhardt into a position where he could just drop down an earth shatter. Now, I've done this. I've played with quite a few Reinhardts that actually have been asking for this, because it's a much easier kind of thing to set up, where you can just be like, I'm going to shatter them from behind. Let's go. Also, as well, there's things like Bastion. You can teleport Bastion all over the place. You can put him into positions where the enemy won't expect him to be. And because he can use the teleporter while he's in sentry mode, this means he can teleport through it, fire, and then teleport back. That's really, really strong. On certain maps, literally you could say any map. I could pull a map out of my hat right now, and I was going to say something else, ladies and gentlemen. But I pull it, let's say, Dorado. So look at Dorado. First point, we're on attack. What are we going to do? We've got a Symmetra and we've got a Bastion. Well, as the payload's moving through, you could teleport the Bastion round the side. In fact, you could teleport Bastion over the flank, on the right-hand side, where the large health pack is, where you see like Widowmaker and Pharah going over, and Genji. You could teleport over a Bastion, and then suddenly there's a Bastion behind. What are they going to do? That's just going to shred them. They're going to have to react really quick, turn around, and, try and do work. Unlike that McCree that you just watched me absolutely murder there. And by the way, this is just random PTR footage you guys are watching. It's PTR quick play. Because PTR, I'm a little bit sad for PTR right now. It doesn't really have much of a player base, which is kind of unfortunate. Granted, this usually happens. When a big update hits, everybody floods the PTR, they check it out, then they leave. Because it's kind of not relevant to them, right? Because playing on PTR, you don't really get anything. Hello, Blizzard, when are we getting PTR rewards? Just give us XP or something so people play it. So yeah, like skill ratings, levels, whatever, it's all over the place. But you can still see the power of Symmetra, even with me being terrible with Symmetra and just messing around like with the Symmetra in this mode. Anyway, that's not the point of this video. It's just background filler. You guys enjoy that. So this movement ability and the idea of movement creep in Overwatch in general. Now, This is the idea that a lot of movement abilities are being put into the game. Look at Doomfist. The hero is just completely movement orientated. He can get in, smash somebody, and get out. That's what he does, right? Maybe not the best for the people on the end of the smashing because they just get thrown up in the air and then they don't really get much chance to do anything. They die. That's not great. But that's not the point, right? Look at the other heroes. Look at, Genji. He's got a lot of movement. Look at Tracer. A lot of movement. It's part of Overwatch, right? I think as more heroes get added to the game. In fact, look at the special NPC. I forgot what it's called. Oh, the assassin from the Retribution event. The way that sort of blinks around all crazy and stuff like that, we'll probably see a hero that does something similar to that. If anything, this Symmetra update is anything to go by, I guess, because adding extra movement into the game means there are more options for dynamic outplaying of the enemy team and kind of gives you more options as a team. Now, Symmetra is very extreme in this case because her teleporter lets you move around at will, lets you move the team around. Now, I think what's going to happen is Symmetra will explode into the game in competitive and in the other modes as well. When Symmetra hits, I think it's probably going to be with the LFG system. The reason why I'm saying that is because I think she needs that system, like I touched on earlier on in the video. Without coordination, she can be a little bit hard to fully utilize. Now, she does a lot of damage. Don't get me wrong. Symmetra, her primary fire recharges off enemy barriers and appears to charge up off it still, which I'm not sure if that's going to get changed or what. I know there are some bugs with her on PTR. I think there's problems with the turrets and all of this stuff. But the fact remains, she is quite powerful. This isn't your old Symmetra. So even if your team are not using the teleporter, she's still going to be quite effective because in its very sort of worst case scenario, you can just use the teleporter for personal transport and that's totally fine. Like, you'll see me throughout this video clip on Ilios on Well. Like, I will use the teleporter just to put myself into positions on high ground, just to get cheeky sort of flanks on the enemy because it's very safe. Like, obviously the enemy will hear the teleporter get deployed. They will be able to see and destroy the teleporter, but you can be clever with it and you can move into positions and then start firing off shots, getting out, charging up your ultimate and all of that stuff. Anyway, Symmetra's potential to change this game is absolutely huge. Like, it's phenomenally huge. We've not seen anything like this in Overwatch before. She is essentially a brand new hero. She's the only hero in the game that has had 2 reworks, which just goes to show that I don't think Blizzard really had much of an idea of what to do with her in the first place. But now they are like, we're going to turn her into this literal monster that is going to rapidly change the way this game is played. Guys, if you've got any crazy clips, do send them to me on @UnitLostGaming. I'd love to see them. Also, as well, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Have you been playing Symmetra? What do you think about the Symmetra? She is pretty mental, to be honest, at least in my opinion. All right, guys, and in a good way. Like, this isn't bad. I'm not saying nerf the Symmetra. What I'm saying is she's fun to play. She is going to change the game, and it's going to be a very different Overwatch. And obviously, when we get LFG tool as well, very, very different. All right, guys, I'm in Stylosa, and this is Unit Lost. If you enjoyed the video, then like the video. Remember, you can follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGaming, and I'll catch you lovely lot on the next one. Toodaloo.